Whoa. Let's go. I think I'm louder. It sounds a lot louder to me. It sounds a little too loud to me. I found a new control on my microphone interface. Is this louder? Do you hear me? Is this all right? It sounds super loud. Super duper loud. I should have done this before. How are we doing? Is that way too loud? You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. Maybe it's loud enough because it just wasn't loud enough before. But we're getting close to peaking, but we're not peaking yet. What do you think? How do I sound? Welcome. Give me a second. Give me a second. 1 second. I'm going to send out a couple links. I should have done that before I started, but I was just so excited, I decided to get going. How are we doing on this Thursday? Can you hear the music? You gotta let me know if it is loud enough for you. Can you hear the music? I made a playlist today so that I don't have to screw with the music, and it's going to be constantly changing. It will be different. I upgraded my camera. Let's see how it looks in the low light. Really odd. Audio still quieter. That's insane. It's super loud. It's almost too loud. It's literally almost too loud on my end. I really don't know what's going on. Can I make this louder? Is that louder? I want to fix this. That sounds louder, but it's not peaking over there. It's almost peaking over there. What do we think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's definitely peaking. It's distorting. Do you hear that? Is it louder? I don't know why. I really don't. I may just have to go back to my other microphone. If I talk into it, it's definitely louder. Maybe it's just too far away. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Might be something on YouTube. Doesn't change when you do that. Is it closer? Does this sound better? I can turn it down. Let me put this down on mic. That's a little better, but still, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's YouTube. It's definitely something about my mics. I may have to go back to the condenser microphone, but for now, we're gonna just try this. Is this loud enough? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about a number like 103? I can't even read that. 103,588 or something like that. How about that number? Can you hear that number? 103,806. What about a number like 103,806? Is this better? Thank you for bearing with me while I figure out what the heck is going on with my microphone. Right now, I'm just going to hold it. It's tiny. It's not that heavy. So I think I can do that. It's fine. You hear me. You recognize that number. How about a number like 0.76471? Is that a number you recognize too? Do you hear the music? I hear the music. And it's just going to keep going random. So I know you can hear me, but I want it to be a normal volume. Because like when I'm watching YouTube or watching anything, I have my volume set. Music is good. Music is good. I have my volume set at a certain level, and it doesn't change. Let me try something. Oh, what was that? Don't want to turn it off. I'm going to try something wacky here. Oh, yeah. What do we think of that? That's actually not bad. It feels a little uncomfortable, but it's a really good volume level, and I can have my hands free. So what do you think of this suit? Huh? I felt like being fancy today because I was just wearing it. Over there, we're going to go ahead and do a little something fancy over here for you. Because I don't really see a reason that I'm ever going to... I don't see a reason for me to ever really wear this unless I go out. I'm being fancy. Suit and a hat. Suit and a hat with a Bitcoin. I think this sounds pretty good, actually, if I'm being honest. And honesty is always the best policy. So anyway, let's do our welcome. I'm going to riff off the cuff here. I'm starting to memorize it. I'll pull it up so I can look at it when I get through some of it. But I'm going to riff off the cuff for a little bit. Welcome. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? I think it's Thursday. This feels ridiculous, but it's working. And I'm a little ridiculous. I don't know if you ever noticed. Welcome to HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? I am Tom Durante, the maestro. You see, it says right here on this little plaque that I have, I'm a crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with just a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. I'm adding a little bit to it. With my music background and my background music. Oh wait, no, I skipped something, didn't I? I'm bullish on Bitcoin and Cardano, but I also like taking profits in other coins. With my music background and my background music, I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. We're ditching the headphones. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect daily videos with market updates, simple technical analysis to read those charts, wallet guides to keep your coins safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be a few years ahead of you on your journey, but I'm no expert. I'm just very passionate. So as always, do your own research. If you want to help out the channel, you can do a couple things for me. You can hit that like button. You can smash the subscribe button. You can poke the notification bell. And most importantly, last but not least, you can share this video with your friends and your family. The people who don't feel the same way that we do about crypto. And I know, I look like a maxi. I know it. I get it. I see that. But I'm not a maxi. I'm very heavily into Bitcoin, but I'm not a maxi. You feel me? It's the OG crypto. That's just what it is. So you got to go where the biggest, you ride with the big dogs. Otherwise you get run over, basically. So anyway, I hope the audio sounds good. I hope we're cooking with fire over here. We got 3 people in the chat. You should join us in the chat. I see 3 people watching is what I'm saying, but you're not in the chat. You should join us in the chat. And also, you should join us on the Discord. Let me post a link for that. I've been updating most of my stuff here, so hopefully most of my older videos will have a link that is all updated, but I'm going to post it right here for anyone watching live. And I've got the updated link, because apparently the link I was sending did not work. So you've got a pinned message now, woo, with a link to the Discord. You should join the conversation over on Discord. I'm experimenting. We had a little discussion today. Oh yeah, wait a minute. What happened to Mr. Carlbot? Carlbot is supposed to update on the new videos. Yes, he did. Oh, so I do a little... See, I'm still learning not only YouTube, but I'm learning at everyone. I'm learning Discord, because I was on there, but I was just a passive user in a couple of places, but nothing crazy. At everyone, live right now. Boom. The Carlbot posts in the new videos section. Booyah. And you can see I'm watching me, because of course you got to watch yourself. But yeah, Carlbot posts in new videos. And it should give you a little notification about that. But then I just posted in there too. But I guess I could post in the general chat. Let's see. We need to get all of our peoples in here. So a while back, really, listen, we're working out all the kinks. I appreciate you sticking around and not just clicking off onto another video. You are my biggest supporter here, Butters. You're there. every day. Most days. It's lonely without you, my friend. But anyway, thank you for sticking through and not just clicking on another video. Because it's so easy to do. Like, oh, well, who's this guy in a suit with Bitcoin all over and a microphone in his beard? What a loser. Next. Right? That would be so easy to do. But you're still here. You are here. And that's what's important. So, we've got some crypto news to talk about today. Some things are happening today. As I was flipping through my X feed, I noticed a few things, and it just really felt like this bull market is getting ready to blow off any minute now. And if we look at the chart here, or if we look at a blank screen, I was playing with my new camera. This is a new camera you're looking through, and it just wouldn't let me. I was trying to do 2 cameras, and it just wouldn't let me. So I said, screw it. I need to go on YouTube here, so I'll play with this later. So if we see our chart, we're starting to take off. It was a little bit of a down day this morning, and then boom, 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 we're back up. So that's good. We'll get back into that. That's $103,806. That's what we like to see. But like I said, I was hosting my middle school feeders. We had 2. The teacher, up until this point, was split between 2 schools. And so I got 2 for 1, basically. Same teacher, 2 different schools. She came and was having her concert on the big stage at the high school. And so that's a great recruiting tool for me. So that's where I was. I was wearing my suit. I was playing the hostess with the mostest. And I noticed both times. The first time was unconsciously, but the second time, I guess that's just how I greet people now. I started doing my YouTube intro for my Durante's House of Music channel. I was like, hello everyone, and welcome to Lakewood High School. Sorry, that's not my YouTube channel. Anyway, so yeah, so it's ingrained, it's muscle memory. Any hoozles. So let's get into some news. I'm just going to run it down. Again, it's getting late. So I was watching my last video. Let me just clear this up. I want you to understand, I will not be on live on YouTube or anywhere else under any kind of influences. It sounded like I was sniffling because I was high as a kite on something, but I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. So I'm getting sick. And so I feel very sick. All last night, I was up blowing my nose like all last night, but it sounded like I was high as a kite. So just want to apologize for that. I'm sick. Allergies are going crazy right now. Pollen is all through the air. So forgive me for that. I swear to God, I'm getting sick. It's horrible. I really did not want to go to school today, but here I go. Only a few days left. We're going to make it through the end of the year here. All right. Here is a fresh market roundup of 10 top crypto news stories for my HODL Harmony live stream. What? Oh, yikes. That backed up quite a bit. I was like, Sunday? On Thursday, May 15th, 2025, tailored to today's developments based on the latest available information and avoiding overlap with previous days, because that would be boring. These stories capture market volatility, security breaches, and regulatory shifts to keep your audience, that's you, engaged. My first reminder to you is to stay hydrated. I've been talking a lot today already, so I gotta make sure I stay hydrated. We're gonna make sure we don't make any loud noises on the microphone. There you have it. Stay hydrated, folks. It's very important. Is it a good balance between the music and my voice? I feel like the music, I don't hear it anymore, but it looks like it's pretty low. And there's no weird echoes anymore, because I figured that out. But anyway, here we go. Number 1. Crypto market drops 4.4%. The total crypto market cap fell 4.4% to $3.4 trillion, with Bitcoin slipping to 101,000 and trading volumes at $119 billion. Investors await U.S. inflation data and Fed rate signals per TradingView. Okay, that must have happened today. Number 2, this is a big one. Coinbase faces $400 million cyber attack hit. Whoa! Coinbase disclosed a cyber attack costing $180 million to $400 million, with hackers bribing overseas support contractors, possibly Indian nationals, this is reporting the news, for customer data access. That's a big deal. A $20 million reward is offered for info on the threat actor. Wow. If you know anything, please report it. You'll get a nice little reward there. $20 million. That's insane. That's a big deal. I'm on Coinbase. I opened it up and I saw it said a little warning. Let's see, what did it say? It said, protect yourself from scams. Stay aware of support scams. Learn more about how to protect yourself. Now, it's kind of a big deal because Coinbase, you do not hold your private keys. So hopefully you've begun the process of transferring your coins off of the exchanges. I went through a little love-hate thing with Coinbase. I really wanted to get off after I found out how much their spread was. So when I looked at the price of Bitcoin and I went to go purchase it, I noticed that the price of Bitcoin that I saw on TradingView was not matching what I was paying. There was at least $100 spread. So if the price was, $87,500, they were charging me at least $87,006 or 7, right? So there's quite a spread between what the actual price is and what they were charging me. But, it is a highly volatile asset, so you kind of understand where they're coming from, but still a little concerning. I tried to get off of it, but there's just nothing better. Everybody does that. And so I didn't know about Uphold at the time, but now I know about Uphold. Yo, I keep kicking this thing. I need to remove that leg. Boom. Okay. Let's move on. Number 3, Telegram blocks Hwang NFTs. HAOWANG, Hwang NFTs. Telegram banned Hwang guarantees NFTs and channels on May 13th, forcing the marketplace to cease operations, per Cointelegraph. This highlights growing platform restrictions on crypto projects. That's kind of a big deal. A lot of big deals going on here, and as we get to X, we'll see a lot of good big deals going on. Alliance DAO contributor hacked. Oh my gosh, another hack. Cao Wang, a core contributor to Alliance DAO, reported a potential hack on X, reflecting a wave of targeted crypto attacks, per Cointelegraph, our news source. Brazil tightens stablecoin rules. Brazil's central bank proposed stricter oversight on stablecoin transfers to curb money laundering, a move that could influence global regulations, per X posts. Very crazy. It's a wild and crazy world out there. All right, number 6, Ukraine plans Bitcoin reserve. Ukraine's new crypto law includes a strategic Bitcoin reserve to bolster its economy, joining Taiwan and others in state-level adoption, per X posts. We have a lot of nations getting in, and I saw a video, I think it was a couple years old already when I watched it just recently. I think it was 2024 or 2023, and it went over all the companies, all the individuals, and all the countries that hold Bitcoin and how much. And it was like a bar graph that just kind of scrolled to the right and kept showing up and up and up and how much they had and where they were located and things like that. And the country of Ukraine already at that point held a lot. So I don't know, maybe that was just Ukrainian individuals put together. I don't know. But anyway, number 7, Trump dinner sparks ethics debate. That's the Trump coin. The Trump meme coin dinner auction set for May 22nd, Bitcoin Pizza Day. I wonder if they're eating pizza. I highly doubt it. Faces scrutiny for potential foreign influence, with foreign exchanges dominating the leaderboard, per The Guardian. Yeah, I'm highly skeptical of whoever is Trump's crypto advisor, because they're not doing it the right way. They are not advising him properly. He needs to get Michael Saylor in there. He needs to get Elon Musk in there, although he already has him or whatever. But He needs to get some real, true OGs of the space in there and kick out whoever this Solana bro is that's telling him what to do. And these meme coins. These meme coins are a horrible idea, and they're going to get him in a lot of trouble. And I will not be supporting him when that happens. So that's pretty sad. Number 8, Solana DeFi revenue lead fades. Speaking of Solana and how horrible it is, Solana's 24-hour network revenue dropped, losing its Layer 1 lead to Ethereum, despite earlier strength signaling a shift in DeFi dynamics, per Cointelegraph, or signaling a shift that it's all freaking fake. Sorry, it's all fake. It's all bots, and it's been proven. DB Crypto had a whole expose exposing Solana and how fake it is, and how their transactions per seconds are just not at all real. And if your network goes down, you're not doing it right. So get with it. Move on, please. Number 9, Cardano's ADA eyes 90 cents. Woohoo! Cardano ADA rose 3% to 82 cents, with analysts predicting a push to 90 cents if it breaks resistance, driven by ecosystem growth, per today. Very exciting, and as we can see, the price of ADA, and of course you can see it on the side of your screen. Okay, that was a downtrend, but you know, it pushed up. Yeah, look at that. 84 cents, that was 2 days ago. So thank you, Grok, for the latest news. Oh boy. Let's see. All right, last one here, last little story. I see it's peaking and distorting, so I'm just going to try and turn it down a little bit. As an audio file, I do not like it when it goes in the red. So I will figure out, I'm going to switch back to my in front of my mouth microphone because I don't need to see the keyboard here. I need you to be able to hear me without turning it way up so that you forget. And then the next video you watch is like super loud and you get all pissed off. Don't get all pissed off. Here we go. Let's do it. Number 10, JP Morgan's tokenized treasury success. JP Morgan executed a public tokenized U.S. treasury transaction with Ondo Finance. We talked about this yesterday. A milestone for blockchain in traditional finance, per X posts. That is very exciting. Very exciting. This is starting to really heat up. And it's only beginning. We just put the pot on the stove and we are just turned on the heat. And it's starting to heat up. It's not boiling yet, but it's just starting to heat up. So please pack your bags if that's what you intend to do with your money. So here's some questions for you to drop into the conversation below. Markets 4.4% drop. Panic sell or hodl through the dip? I think the hodl harmonians know what to do. Coinbase's $400 million hack. Is your exchange safe enough? I sure hope so. Telegram's NFT ban. Are platforms turning on crypto? Ukraine's Bitcoin reserve. Bullish for adoption or geopolitical flex? Trump coin dinner ethics. Pay to play or just crypto hype? Drop some comments down below if you're watching live, and especially if you're watching after the fact. We need some engagement. All that I get like very few actual comments on the videos after the fact. You know, the chat's doing great. Let's throw it up for the chat. Woohoo! But after the fact, there's only bots and trolls. I don't think they're trolls, actual trolls. I think it's just bots who come in and, like I said yesterday, I have this wallet with this key phrase. Can you please help me transfer it to whatever? And I'm like, no, you're not a real person. I'm sorry. If you have a real question and you know enough not to post your seed phrase into a chat, a comment on YouTube video, then yeah, I'll be happy to help you. All right, let's get into our market update. I felt so fancy yesterday with my 2 cameras, and now it's just so lonely. I got 3 cameras now, and only one of them's working, but that's okay. I will figure that out. I just knew I had to go live. All right, so we dropped pretty significantly today, all the way down here, 101,000. But you know what? We are holding very steady. Although it's moving around quite a bit and ranging, it is still holding pretty strong. Oh, do I need to refresh this page? My stuff ain't working. Let's try that again. So we'll see when we get to our X check-in. I mean, this was the peak right up here. I really hate how that bubble just gets right in my way. I'll have to adjust that because I don't know where I'm hitting. I got pretty close. So we'll see some of our X posts. I'm just going to do this right here because that was the bulk of the move, and then it came back down. So 2.78% in 3 hours. Almost 3% in 3 hours. That's pretty good. And we dropped, let's see what we dropped. We'll go from up here down to here. Oops. That's probably about the same. It looks a little bit bigger on the upside. Where are you going? Where are you going? There you are. 2.4% drop in 13 hours. And then in 3 hours, it went right back up. And you notice what time it was. You know what time it was? 12 o'clock. That's the magic time where everybody's trading. You know, the stock market people, they trade from 9 or, you know, sometimes, yeah, 9. The market opened at 9:30, I believe. So from 9 to noon. And then they go away for the day because that's when a bulk of the movement happens. But crypto, a bulk of the movement, big movement may happen then, but it's moving all day long. So it's possible for it to move all day long. So I prefer the Heikin-Ashi candles for the clarity of, let's see, just the clarity of, where are they? Is that it? Just the clarity of seeing how the market's moving. Because sometimes with regular candles, it just doesn't show you. I don't know if it changed. Maybe it did. So it like this, that I think would be a green candle in a Heikin-Ashi candle. Uh-oh, can I go back? I think I can hit undo. Let's see if it changes. I don't know what happened. I think they're clearer on what is actually happening. I don't know what I did. Trying to do a little side-by-side comparison there. Let's see. Those are my indicators. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see? So that candle was red, but it's still part of a bigger uptrend. So it just clarifies like what is actually up and what is actually down, just overall. So that's why I like the Heikin-Ashi candles. That was something I learned very early on. My air conditioner just went. I have it auto-tuned to go up to be a little energy saving, but I'm in the room and it will get hot. So, all right. So yeah, that's why I like the Heikin-Ashi candles. If you're using candlesticks of any kind, you're better off than a line chart. All right, so if you look at the line chart, where are we? If you're looking at the line chart, it just doesn't tell you the same. That's the market cap. Well, let's see, cryptocurrencies. I don't think I've shown you guys this very often enough. Right, it just doesn't give you a whole lot of good information. If you see just the regular candlesticks, that's a daily. Ugh. There's just not a lot of information. And that bubble is so annoying right in my face. Feels like I'm trying to look through something and it's just right in my way. I'm like, get out of my way. Anyway, so the lines certainly don't tell you a lot, but the candles at any rate will tell you a lot. Logarithmic versus linear, all that good stuff. Market cap, that's good to see. Okay, so if you're using candles of any kind, you're a step ahead of the game. But I like the Heikin-Ashi just because of the clarity of what's the overall structure of the movement happening. All right, Cardano. Let's check in. We have these little guys here that tell us something that's going to happen. It's like a big news event. So building permits, housing, what's this? Consumer, I don't know why Michigan consumer sentiment is a big deal, but maybe it is. I don't know. So we did drop all day today, all the way down. We had a big pump again around noon. That's when it always happens. And then we dropped again this afternoon, and we're working our way back up because guess what? It's going to be noon on the other side of the world. And that's when the market's starting to come up. So it's 9:30. So the Asian markets, 12 hours ahead of us or behind us or wherever, are starting to heat up, so some movement is happening. And as we'll see when we get to our X stories, that the Asian markets are really transitioning to more Bitcoin heavy. I'm just going to keep looking at this until I find something else to look at. Let's see. Is that it? So we're going up with crypto. What's the DXY doing? Not a whole lot because it ain't loading. Come on now. So I do plan, okay, look, it's going down. Thank you. So Bitcoin up. Although overall down, we're coming up right now. And look, it just moved up. Just moved up. Overall down, but coming up a little bit down, a little bit up. I don't know. I need to do more pre-planning when I have more time. So I apologize for my haphazardness here, but like I said, this is the ground floor, my friends. Where are we at? Market overview, is that the one? Fear and greed. Market overview, let's go to that. All right, market overview. Ooh, we're slightly less greedy today, my friends. Our prices for the big ones here, things are overall down. Oops, but Bitcoin is climbing back up. Get out of here. There we go. Okay, Bitcoin's on its way back up. A lot of the other ones took a bigger dive today. And so we are heavily into Bitcoin season now because money may be flowing out of these altcoins into Bitcoin, right? And so our fear and greed is going down a little bit because we had quite a big dip over the last few, 12 hours or so. So fear is going a little bit down, or fear is going a little bit up. Greed is going a little bit down. All right, crypto ETFs, net inflow or net outflow, it looks like negative. People are taking profits because this is, as we will see, oh my God, as we will see, excuse me, when we get to our X check-in, the sentiment. I'd like to think of that as like our sentiment of the market, like what's going on with the market, what are people saying on social media. As we look over there, we will get to that, and it will show us that this is the first week in Bitcoin's history that it will close above $100,000. It stayed, I think it was 6 days, it stayed above $100,000. Okay, let's check in here. Let's reload this. Okay, we're still sitting pretty. Amazon looks like it came down a little bit. I'm not sure in market cap. So we're going to gobble up Amazon before too long here. With the next price bump, once we break the all-time high of 109,000, we start going into price discovery. That's when we will flip Amazon and become number 5. And then sometime after that, we're about to see some crazy things on X. I will show you here. Let's go to it. Okay, this is kind of funny. So I'm assuming that looks like Coinbase. That looks like the Coinbase interface. If a company lists fartcoin price data on their website, you should probably not trust them with your KYC information. Just saying. So, yeah, that's the thing. On different exchanges, they carry different coins. And meme coin brain rot is very heavy this year, right? That's how all these Solana bros were making their flashy money. And I don't know if Fartcoin is a Solana meme. I've never heard of Fartcoin, but it sounds like some stupid Solana coin, and that's what that is. So Coinbase is trying to be trendy, try and make money, and they're one of the biggest names in crypto. Everybody knows them. Once I was driving down the road, okay, in the middle of traffic, somebody pulled up behind me. They saw my Bitcoin emblem on the back of my car. I have one of these on the back of my car. He saw it, and as we got through traffic, he pulled up to the side of me. My windows were down. It was a beautiful day out, and he rolled his window down, and he goes, "Yo, you into Bitcoin, crypto, whatever?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you teach me?" I mean, we're in the middle of traffic. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? in the middle of traffic. Can you teach me about crypto? Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, get on Coinbase. I was like, just get on Coinbase. That's the first thing you can do. And because they teach you, you know, I'm pretty sure Coinbase has the earn feature, or at least they used to. So you can go in and do quizzes and earn $1 of this coin, earn $1 of that coin. That's kind of how I got into a lot of different coins. You do Coinbase earn, learn. And you read about these things and you utilize the tokens. They've really come a long way since I started doing that. I think I made like, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks in these random tokens back in the day. And then it started getting into different things and they kept adding stuff. And it was like, okay, now you got to go do this. Go use the blockchain. Go play this game. Go do this. And so that's how you actually earn more and more. So if you're not using Coinbase Learn, you should check that out. But be cautious what you're keeping on Coinbase, okay? Get a Tangem wallet. Tangem wallet lets you keep a whole lot of coins, and they're always constantly changing. If you are heavy into Bitcoin, get a Sparrow wallet. I showed you how to set that up. I'm showing a friend how to set that up. The Tancam. I'm showing him how to get a Sparrow wallet, right? I was like, check this video out at this timestamp, which I'm getting better at doing, right? So check it out. Learn how to custody your Bitcoin, because if you do not, they will take it from you. So Butter says, Fartcoin is a pretty big meme. Been around for a while. Wouldn't get anywhere near it. That's because it stinks. Oh man. So I turned off autocorrect on my phone because it was super freaking annoying. But now I can't type. I literally cannot type. I cannot type anymore. So sometimes when I go to type Bitcoin, I type buttcoin. And I'm sure there's a buttcoin out there, but that's not what I'm typing. All right, look at this. The world's tallest building in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa, lit up in the American flag to welcome President Trump. Well, that is pretty special. That's really cool. Looks like the whole thing is a freaking LED screen. That's awesome. Future is wild. All right, let's listen to this. This was crazy.
In 2009, I was one of the first 5 people in the world to be running the software.
And being amongst the first 5, that's significant, isn't it?
How many other people can say they were there at the start when they changed the world?
In 2009, James mined 8,000 Bitcoin.
Wow.
With a value of approximately nothing. He stopped mining. In 2010, James stripped his laptop for parts and stuck the hard drive in his drawer.
I've got this exact drawer at home. You've got a mobile phone case.
Yeah. Every so often, I used to go through and do a clear out. There were 2 hard drives like this, just loose in the drawer. It turns out I threw the wrong one away.
Oh my God. That's wild. That's a thought I had.
How many years is this now?
2013, so 8, 9 years, yeah. I've lost track really, but it doesn't really matter how long it is in between. The data's not going to be going anywhere.
By 2013, James's Bitcoin was worth $1.4
So he knows the address.
million.
That's crazy.
Seeing the value of my coins go from 700, 1 million, 2 million, 9 million, I'm just like...
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy, yo. You have to know how to self-custody your coins, and you also have to keep up with that self-custody. You have to be responsible. You have to not throw away your freaking hard drive. I want to cry. That's horrible. 8,000 Bitcoin. Right now, that's, $800,000. No, that's even more than that. That's crazy. 8,000. Yeah, what was that? 800 million? 800,000? I don't know. What am I talking about? 8,000. I'm not great at math. Times. Let's just use 100,000 for a round number. Oh yeah, 800 million. That dude is crying every night. So that's a thought I had a couple days ago. I was like, so you're telling me that there is over $1 million Bitcoin that are just lost. There's 8,000 of them on a hard drive. Dude knows the address of his wallet where they're at. And he's watching his money that he cannot touch. That's wild. So, what else is in these landfills? There's $1 million in Bitcoin in a landfill all over the world somewhere. How do we get at it? That's what I'm thinking. How do we get at that Bitcoin that is otherwise lost forever? Okay. I remember watching a video about a hacker, and he was able to get into, this dude had a Trezor that he forgot the password to or something. Again, you have to be responsible. If you're going to self-custody this stuff, which you should, you need to be responsible for it and learn how to be a good custodian of your financial future. And so he lost the password to this Ledger wallet or something. I don't know what I just said. It was a Ledger wallet or a Trezor wallet, one of those two. And I don't like those. I don't use those. They just rub me the wrong way. So I don't have those wallets. So he lost the password, brings it to this guy who's like a famous like white pill or white hat hacker or something, like a good guy hacker, right? He was one of those people who like would find an exploit in a program and then tell the company about it and be like, hey, you need to fix this, and here's a way to fix it, or something like that. So they were able to get into this dude's wallet and get his coins back, and of course for a substantial fee. But man, that dude was happy. But yeah, that's just something I thought. I was like, dang, all this Bitcoin sitting there doing nothing. We need to find it. We need to get into it somehow. But because Bitcoin is so secure, we probably won't ever be able to. And what would save this dude, one more thing about this, what would save this dude is if he knew the keys, the key phrase, the seed phrase of his wallet. You don't need that wallet anymore if you have those 12, probably at that time 12 words is all he had. If he had written down those 12 words, he could import that wallet into Sparrow, into any Bitcoin wallet, and he could get that Bitcoin back. And he would not be sitting there crying every night that he lost $800 million. Anyway, Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin will fail if it remains just a store of value. This is huge. Bitcoin will fail without Cardano, says Jack Dorsey. If it remains just a store of value and not used for everyday payments, use your Bitcoin. I've kind of flipped on that just recently, since this whole Bitcoin Core stuff. And we're going to check in with my node in a little bit here, but you need to use this. This is your money. This is your future. Use it. Get rid of those dollars. I got paid this week, and I paid some bills because I don't want to go through I could use my Coinbase card or whatever, but I don't want to go through all that just yet. Eventually, yes. But what I did, any leftover money, I rolled it right into Bitcoin and Cardano. And I'm going to spend my Cardano on a weekly basis. That's going to be my spending money because I want to fill up that blockchain with real monetary transactions. And pretty soon, we're going to see Bitcoin OS. And pretty soon, we're going to see IOHK or IOG, Input Output Global, their version of Bitcoin OS, which settles in Cardano. So we're going to see all these things. And Bitcoin and Cardano are going to become one. And Cardano is built a lot like Bitcoin. It's going to layer up just like that on top of Bitcoin, and they're going to skyrocket. Okay, Cardano's the sleeper here. $15 is what he said, Crypto Crow, in that video. $15 this cycle. So Cardano under $1 with a 15x potential. This is not financial advice, my friends, but you know what I'm doing. Correct. I've always been a user, but now I'm super serious about it. Just recently. This is the market that's going to change all of our lives. And it's going to be us first, and then the people who are lagging behind, they will catch up and they will say, holy crap, what did I miss out on? Why did I not listen to you when you said, dude, you got to buy this. Dude, you got to buy this. And like buying and holding is one thing. HODL Harmony all the way. HODL Harmonians. Ride this booster all the way to the freaking moon. Right? HODL, HODL, HODL. That's the first step. Be safe, HODL, self-custody. But now, spend it. Use it. Because they are trying to fill up this blockchain with actual garbage. Okay? Actual garbage. I'm going to pull up this video because literally, Matthew Cratter at Bitcoin University, I watch him every day at my lunch break. It's the first video I watch. He always does something every day. Okay? He does something every day. And for the last 2 weeks, he has not stopped talking about the garbage. Look at this. This is on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is an NFT or some, I don't even know. It's a freaking JPEG that is taking up a whole Bitcoin block. This is stupid. This is not what Bitcoin is for. Okay, so the more that we fill up these blocks with financial transactions, they cannot put this slop on our blockchain. And once Cardano gets in the game, forget about it. This will be gone. Okay, this is not the time. This is the lamest S that I have seen in 15 years in Bitcoin. In all my time, this is by far the era of, I do not like the R word. I do not like it. It was big when I was in high school, and I regret saying it. I spent a lot of my time from when I was 14 to when I was 24 working with disabled children, and it changed my life. And it's so disrespectful to be using that word. So please, if you're watching this, do me a favor. Don't say that word. It is not funny. It is not a joke. You are making fun of people who cannot defend themselves. So who's stupid now? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. That is so disrespectful. But anyway, I hate that that's making a comeback. I really do. I get so upset about that. All right, this is how I feel. Millennials living through possible World War III, 2 economic recessions, 9/11, a pandemic, jobs replaced by AI, and the potential biggest crash in the history of the world. Just walking through like, oh, it's a nice day out. I don't know what movie that's from, but I want to see it. It looks cool. Oh. If you know what movie that is, Butters, let me know. I'll do some homework this weekend. Yeah, the biggest crash in history before they hit 42. That's me. I'm an elder millennial, born in 89, my friends. Okay, this is cool advice. It has literally nothing to do with money. True wealth. 6 luxuries in life are time, number 1, the most fleeting luxury that you have. The most fleeting currency. I'm trying to think of a different word for it, but the asset, right? The most fleeting and unknowable asset that you have. You don't know how much time you have on this earth. You got to make the best of it. And how do you do that? By being conscious of your health, by having a quiet mind. Okay, that's really tough for a lot of people. I am in super denial about the fact that I have ADHD or whatever. Okay, maybe I do, but whenever possible, I try and keep a quiet mind. I think because I am somewhat intelligent and I have a lot of different passions and a lot of different skills, I just kind of go in a lot of different directions. And if that's ADD, maybe, I don't know. But my office, my rooms are just very chaotic. People walk in to the kids walk into my office at school and they're like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I'm like, is it? Yeah, okay, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to clean it. I'm organizing it. It's been a long year, so I'm just kind of all over the place. But in my mind, I'm just very chill. I'm just very, yep, I know where things are. I can find them. If I can't, I'll look for it and I'll find it. But try and have a quiet mind in all the chaos. Slow mornings. I wish I had that luxury. I do not have that luxury at all. I wake up at 5:30. If I'm not on the road by 6:30, I'm not late to work, but I got a little buffer. But if I don't get to work at 7, the bell rings at 7:22, and off we go. And boom, 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 boom. So I don't get a slow morning. Weekends I do. Saturday, I used to work 7 days a week at a church. Not 7 days a week at a church, but 5 days a week at school. Piano work on Saturdays. Sunday I was playing at church, and it was like too much. So I cherish my weekends and my slow mornings. The ability to travel. I don't typically travel. Like, I just don't. I love it right here. I live in paradise. It's lovely. The beach is 10 miles this way. I got trails and water everywhere. So I love traveling locally, just around here. I love where I live. And I've been a lot of different places. And a house full of love. I have a house. My parents live not too far away. And so being close, I'm Italian, so we're close with our family. So I love them. I'm the only child, so I can't go nowhere. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. Bitcoin has now spent an entire week above $100,000 for the first time ever. I'm going to drink some water here. This is your reminder to stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose. Yes, I did. I just muted myself. Okay, check out this story. This is wild and it has nothing to do with crypto, but it kind of has something to do with crypto. So, scientists turn lead into gold for a nanosecond. And this guy says, time to dump gold for Bitcoin. If they can create gold out of lead, y'all are cooked. Lead turns into gold for a nanosecond in CERN's fleeting alchemy breakthrough. In the Large Hadron Collider, powerful light particles known as photons knock out protons from lead nuclei to produce gold. That's the craziest thing I've ever read. Advancing our understanding of particle physics as a breakthrough in science and technology. And it's horrible for everybody who invests in gold. I'm going to step away for a moment and blow my nose. I'm going to leave my microphone right here. Back. Just give me a second. All right. Oh, sorry, camera. I keep kicking you. All right, excuse me. So, lead turning into gold. That's pretty wild. What did I do? Okay, that's better. All right, let's just get through a couple more of these. I'm getting tired. Time for bed. So, White House says there is a space race. The next couple stories, you're gonna really see why this is the bull market of all bull markets that we have ever seen so far. White House says there is a space race among nations to buy Bitcoin. The US will buy very quickly. We are going so much higher. Look at that. Look at that. Two great things. Okay, Russia, who previously banned Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. Russia's central bank reports Bitcoin as the top performing investment in 2025. They are correct. Let's see if I can read that. It's very small. I can't really read that. I don't know. It's been so long since I read Russian. Where's Bitcoin? I don't even see. Oh, Bitcoin. It's in English. I can read that. Bitcoin, 11% or whatever. Interesting. Bitcoin is too volatile, says many people. Meanwhile, the largest healthcare company in the US is down 50% in a month. Would you look at that? That sucks. All right, off we go. I'm going to riff through these real quick because I want to get to my node because I think it's time. I think it's time. It was 90% yesterday. Swear to God, if it's 98%, I'm gonna cry. It better be 100. That's all I need. Just in, Jack Mallers 21. I don't know what that is. 21 something. I think it's a company. I can't remember. 21 now has the third largest Bitcoin treasury with 30,000 Bitcoin. That's cool. 300 million and just getting started. 300 million? Wouldn't that be 3 billion? Because if the other guy had 8,000 and that was 800 million, this dude, I think that math is wrong, and I am no math expert, that's for sure. 30,000 times, let's just say 100,000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's 3 billion. Score! I just passed my math test. Man. Just in, Al Abraj Restaurants Group became Bahrain's first publicly listed company to adopt a Bitcoin treasury. Middle East is getting prepared. The whole world is about to be buying Bitcoin. Okay, this I do not vibe with. Y'all are crazy. These people are less crazy. These people are still kind of crazy. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there are some very smart people who built this stuff and they engineered it. Because I remember hearing a story about an engineer who designed an indoor pool in a place and forgot to account for the weight of the water and it all collapsed. So that kind of scares me right there. I don't know what it is. Look at that. It's really thick. So yeah, okay, cool. Maybe. I'm not going swimming up there. I don't know what it is, but I get very nervous on top of what I interpret to be rickety structures. I went to see Paul McCartney in Orlando with my parents. Awesome show, really cool show. To get up to where we were sitting in the nosebleed section, we had to climb up these stairs that were just cement and steel, and I was freaking out. I don't do well. It's not about the height, because I want to fly planes. I love Cessnas and things like that. I want to get my pilot's license. So it's not about the height. It's about my trust in the engineering that went into it. I don't want to fall off of something that's like 200 feet in the air. Not my idea of a good time. Anyway, let's keep it going here because we are rolling. Saudi Central Bank has reported holding Strategy, the MicroStrategy shares today per the SEC 13F filing. They hold 25,000 shares. Yo, it hasn't even started yet. This is the beginning. I hope your bags are packed. You feel me? Is it real yet? Because if not, I got some more. It doesn't look like 0.1 Bitcoin will make you rich because we've never seen a finite asset before. Get to 0.1 Bitcoin before someone else does, and before you cannot anymore, because there will become a time where you cannot get there. I won't say whether or not I've gotten there yet. You can guess that for yourself, because I'm pretty confident. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin will surge to $180,000, crash to $140,000, and people will freak out again. That's 5 minutes. I don't want to listen to the whole thing. You can screenshot these and go to Vivek and see that for yourself. Just in, Eric Trump says it's a race to the top to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Why do you think I'm mining? I'm going to ride this wave, this crypto wave for this cycle. 2025 is going to be wild. I'm going to take some profits. I'm going to set them aside. I'm going to pay off some bills. And then I'm going to buy another miner. The miners that I have are old technology. They are slow. They are inefficient. Right? And I got them at a really good deal. And for what I got, I'm super happy. And my power bill is nuts. But my Bitcoin is nuts too. And every day. And with all 5 miners that I have, the 2 in the garage that are the big boys, and then the 3 little ones that I have, I've boosted it up just that much more than my average. So it's like very close to $10 a day. It was about $8 a day, and now it's 10. I just cashed out another $300. Not cashed out, but I took it out of my Brains wallet, which is my mining pool Brains. I took it out of there, put it into my cold storage. So just adding to my pile. And that's what you got to do. Whether you dollar cost average or whether you power cost average, is what I'm doing with my miners. It's a race to the top. You got to get as much as you can while you can. Public Chinese textile company Adentax will issue stock to buy 8,000 Bitcoin for 800 million. Hey, if I had read that story before, I would have known the math. 8,000 Bitcoin. And that guy over there in England's crying. He should have wrote down those 12 words, man. Should have wrote them down. Should have wrote them down. Corporate buying is going vertical. And we saw something yesterday. It may come up as I scroll, but the corporate buying versus the supply. It doesn't match up. It doesn't add up. The price is being suppressed at this point, I think. It's being suppressed. I feel more official in my suit. I should wear this more often. I feel more official. Even though I'm wearing a ball cap, I feel more official. I'm like, I'm talking Bitcoin here. And you know, with all these new profits that I'm going to be taking, this suit is pretty old. It may be time for an upgrade. All right, so I saw this before I did my crypto rundown on my Grok app. So Coinbase estimates $180 to $400 million in losses, remediation costs, and reimbursement following today's cyber attack. Okay, so people lost money, they remediated it and reimbursed it. And that cost $400 million. That's crazy. It's crazy. This is where we're at right now. This is what we're looking at. Bitcoin, there are cracks forming in this dam. $105,000. We're cracking it down. And as soon as we crack it down, it's an all-time high right into the valley. You're going to see that. I can see it right now. That flow of water just flowing over that dam. People better get out the way. Tide is rising. This is why KYC is useless. All right. You know, there may not be wrong. KYC is useless, according to Zach Herbert. The criminals have our driver's license scans. They have AI tools that can generate fake images and videos. KYC puts our identities at risk, makes onboarding more difficult, and rewards criminals. And it's another step that people just don't want to do, you know? So, the Coinbase hack, what they got: names, addresses, phones, and emails. Masked social security numbers, just the last 4 digits, thankfully. Masked bank account numbers and some bank account identifiers. Government ID images, a driver's license, passport, account data, balance snapshots, and transaction history. Limited corporate data, including documents, training manuals, training materials, and communications available to support agents. That's freaking wild. And it wasn't a hack. Somebody sold it to them. They sold out. They said, I'm making minimum wage. You want to pay me to get this data? Okay, let's do a deal. I wonder if they got paid in Bitcoin. What they didn't get: login credentials or two-factor authentication codes, or private keys. There are no private keys on Coinbase. Unless I'm wrong, I don't have private keys for my Coinbase. Any ability to move or access customer funds. So how do people lose money? Access to Coinbase Prime accounts, access to any Coinbase or Coinbase customer hot or cold wallets. So how did people lose money? I'm confused here. Anyway, so to this end, I want to tell you about something I have not talked about yet. But first, I would like to hydrate. And we're getting close here. I'm going to wrap it up soon. Damn. We're already over an hour. All right, Butters, are you listening? I think you're the only one still here, just you and me. Just like the old days. Wait, this is still the old days. I'm really glad you do. I don't know if I said this on this channel or my other channels, but I was watching some random video on the internet, and the dude was like rating mail, cribs or whatever. He was like this dude's house and that dude's house and whatever, and rating them. And at the end, it was like a video of him playing the skateboarding video game and going up and down the half pipe and stuff. And he said, remember to stay hydrated. And I was like, yo, what the heck? I thought that was my thing, but that's okay. So, Butters, you're paying attention now. You've been paying attention, but pay attention right now, because what I'm going to show you, you need to look into, okay? Two-factor authentication. As annoying as it is, it's kind of essential in cases like this. So what they did not get in this hack or leak or whatever it was is your two-factor authentication codes. And what they really wouldn't get is if you had a device like this. This is called a YubiKey. I'll do a video just on this because this will change the way you look at your digital security. I have two of these, okay? One, actually, I'm pretty sure they're both NFC, so near field contact. So when I scan it to my phone, yep, it comes up. It says authentication code, or open up in the Authenticator app. So this is an NFC on my phone, but it's also, as you can see, it's a USB. So I have it hooked up to my accounts. So when I log in somewhere where this is hooked up to, it asks me on my computer, it says, please put in your authenticator. And so I plug this into the USB, it lights up, and I touch it. And it verifies that it's me. I don't think it's a fingerprint. I think it's just like, okay, it's a human touching this, so if somebody had this, then they could get into my stuff. I don't think it's a fingerprint, but I also have a pin on this. So when I put it in, I touch it, I also have to put in my pin. So it's like 3 layers of security deep. It looks like we just had somebody else joining. I wonder if it's Chris. Chris, are you with us? Have you come back? All right, let's finish up here. I think we're getting close to the end. The future of payments does not wait. From wallets to wherever you shop, stablecoins just went global. Let's get to work. MoonPay. If you don't know, MoonPay is like a easy payment system for when you buy crypto. Certain exchanges use MoonPay and things like that. I've used it a couple times through various wallets. So MoonPay and MasterCard have joined forces to enable stablecoin payments and spending at 150 million global businesses. Well, that's cool. That's a big update. Okay, this is a wild story. Or is this? Let me just scroll ahead. Okay, yeah, I saw that. Okay, here, let's look at this real quick. I'll go back up. Bitcoin did 30x after the 2016 halving. Bitcoin did 8x after the 2020 halving. And it hasn't even done 2x this cycle. So just you wait. Thank you, Crypto T. Spilling the tea on the crypto. Yep, okay, so that's the last one. Let's go back up. Coinbase hack, we got it. Sovereign Wealth Fund. They have $500 million worth of Bitcoin ETF. That's wild. Okay, this is cool. $50 a week, dollar cost averaging starting in 2018. Gold versus Bitcoin. Let's check this out. This is a cool little video. And while you do that, I'm going to hydrate. Your body is mostly water. Please get your daily dose. Oh, I gotta turn that music off. Oh, this is wild. This is wild. Alright, you better just stay right there, video. Oh, you bastard. Alright. Oh, you son of a gun. Okay. Check this out. So, that's today's date. So, from 2018. Oh, God, where was I in 2018? In 2018. Oh, my God. This is going to make me cry. Oh, my God. 1.3 Bitcoin. versus 11 ounces of gold. That's wild. Wild AF. So, 2018, $50 a week of gold versus $50 a week of Bitcoin. You've invested $19,000, and that $19,000 is worth $35,000 of gold, and it's worth $142,000 of Bitcoin. That's freaking-sane. That is so insane. Now look at the chart. That's crazy. But gold is a very steady rise. And look at that. These guys, they're feeling good about that. They're feeling really good about their $19,000, almost doubling, not quite doubling. They're feeling really good about that. That's a cool chart. I really like that. I'm going to repost that. All right. Oh, no. It just reset everything. Let me flip down here. Where are we? Okay, we were there. We saw that. Okay, where is it? Oh, I skipped something here. Okay, let's do the last thing. This is a wild story, and then I'm going to check in on my node, and then I'm going to get off. And when I get off, I'm going to hook up all of my little mini miners. I got 3 of them. The Nerd Q-Ax over there by my air conditioner. Super quiet. I love it. 2.3, 2.2 terahash. My Canon Nano 3S, 6 terahash. And my Nerd Axe, 1.2 terahash, I think. So I got a nice little collection going. I'm gonna hook those all up to my pool and solo mine, and maybe I'll get a block one day. So my bank now limits deposits. This is Lil Bubble talking. I think he makes these silly videos. Yeah, crypto's musical meme boy. So, he's got a new album, Bitcoin House. That's cool. So those are those silly videos you see about Bitcoin and things like that and all that stuff. So my bank now limits deposits to crypto exchanges to $10,000 per month. It's okay. I joined another bank to avoid issues. Second bank insta-locked my account after I tried to make a deposit. App locked. Please call this number. Call, can't unlock. Visit bank, can't unlock. Gives me a different number to call. On hold for 45 minutes. They answer, wrong department. They rerouted my call, and now I'm being asked 300 questions about my cryptocurrency habits. That sucks. You should have just limited yourself, unfortunately, to $10,000 with the first bank. I don't know, bro. You kind of screwed up there. Second bank was not much better. But that sucks. This is why you need to escape the fiat trap. Get out while you can. Get yourself, at bare minimum, get yourself a Coinbase card. Get yourself a cold storage. Hold your stuff. Be responsible for your stuff. Because they do not want you buying this stuff. That is clear. And Mr. Butters says the Bitcoin House album is awesome, and I will check it out. I will be listening to it. That's pretty cool. All right, let's check in with my node. Let's see the profitability of these miners today as Bitcoin's price is going up. Is this right? Is the kilowatt price right? Yes, it is. All right, so my big boy miners out there are only losing 75 cents today. But again, I don't think about this price. I ignore this price, and I think about this price. So $5 a day we're making times 2. And then, I wonder, let me duplicate this twice. I'm going to load up my Nerd Axes on here because I didn't even have these on there. Let's look for the Nerd Axe. Nerf. Not the Nerf miner. Q-Axe Plus. It's not... Oh, that's close to mine. So it's losing 5 cents or it's making 5 cents? So they don't have the regular Nerd Axe, and that's not what mine looks like, but it's close enough in hash rate. So, okay, so it's making 5 cents a day. That's pretty cool. And the solo luck is 1 in 2.4 million in a day. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you what the... Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's a year. It doesn't tell you what the time increment is there. All right, so I'm gonna leave that up. I can't load up the other one because I don't have it. And this one is making 10 cents a day. So 10, 15, losing 75. So I'm only losing 50 cents or something. 15, 75, 70, 60. So I'm only losing 60 cents a day. But again, I'm looking at this number, not that number. So $4.99 plus 33, so that's like $5.32, 47 cents, $5.47 a day, which is more. No, I'm sorry, that's $9.47 because this is times 2. 10, 11. I'm bad at math. Anyway, moving on. Let's look at this. I can reload this and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, somebody's not playing right. Let's reload this. I've had some issues. One of my miners keeps flicking on and off, and I don't know which one it is. It must be one of the little guys. I'm imagining it's the one that I have in there, the Nerd Axe, but it does nothing tells me. Like this shows on one of them all the time. So anyway, my hash rate is 176 terahash. Should be slightly higher than that. You see, sometimes we go up to 200, which is very nice. 199. So something's off. I'll have to go look in there. Actually, yeah, it is rather quiet. I think that one, the Nerd Axe, is off right now. All right, but this is what I wanted to show you here. So before I hooked up all of them. So when you see these half candles, that's one miner being on and one miner being on a lottery miner. And then this, I put both of them on the lottery miner. And then my node crashed. And so I flipped everything on to Brains Pool. So this is my Brains Pool. And so my 1 terahash profitability is 5 cents a terahash. Right? So let's just do some math, make sure everything lines up. So at 176 terahash, 176 times 5, 176 times 0.05, so I'm making about $8.8 a day. And does that line up? $0.0008, which is about $8. We're approximating. See, it goes up to 9.99. So when everything's on all the time, I'm making about $10 a day. A little extra because of the little guys. Okay, next let's check in on my Umbral node. So I installed some apps. I was kind of waiting for everything to finish. I have not looked at this all day. I just got home. So I'm going to flip over to the next page. I just want to show you all the apps that I have on here. There we go. Let's go. Okay. So these are all the apps that I have. I'm gonna start hosting my Nostr stuff on here. This is my Electrum server so that I can connect my Sparrow wallet directly to my node. This is my mempool so that I can watch my transactions. And this is my solo mining pool where I can pool all of my miners together to work towards the goal of getting a block. And I'm going to open up Bitcoin knots for the first time today, and I'm going to see 100% synced. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Drum roll, please. Oh my God. Okay, one more day. One more day. But you know what tomorrow is? You know what tomorrow it is. Tomorrow is Steak and Shake Bitcoin Day. After school, sometime around 3, maybe 3:30 or 4 o'clock, you watch my Discord. I'm going to go live. I'm going to walk in the Steak and Shake. I'm going to pay Bitcoin for a burger. My burger is going to have a Bitcoin on it. And I'm going to eat that burger. And maybe I'll even get a shake. Because it's Friday. And I'm a big old fatty. So, check me out tomorrow. I will most likely, if it's acceptable, if it's okay, I might just talk to them first, just to see. But that would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe they'll even get to talk to the manager or something. I don't know. It's kind of a small town around here. And Steak and Shake is it's not exactly in the best neighborhood, but I think it'll be all right. So we'll see. We shall see. There's only one Steak and Shake around here, I'm pretty sure. If I find another one, I'll go to that one. I don't know. But I'm going to attempt to go live from Steak and Shake and buy a Bitcoin burger with Bitcoin. For you. And for the likes. And I'll probably turn that into a short. So I may also like video it, whatever. If I can't live stream it, then I'm just going to video it and I'll put that up later. But anyway, this is the end, folks. It's time for me to go. I need to take some medicine and go to sleep. Wake up and do it one more day. One more day, then one more week, and then a few more days, and I'm done for the summer. So like 9 days, including tomorrow, 10 days. And then I will have all the time in the world. I'll probably take a week and just like completely decompress, and then I'll be working on these pianos. So you got to check out my Durante's House of Music channel. So yeah, check me out. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday edition of HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? I hope your bags are packed. I know. That's why I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to try and live stream it just for fun. Even if nobody watches it, it's just going to be fun. But regardless, I will video it. And, you know, I'll be going live from my phone. So depending on what the internet is. Actually, I'll bring my Starlink because I'm paying for that and I'm not really using it. So I'll bring my Starlink, put that in the car, power it up, and I should have a pretty good Wi-Fi signal. So I'm going to stream from my phone. I'll find a nice Steak and Shake to go buy a Bitcoin burger. And that is going to be so fun. That's going to be crazy. So look forward to that. Regardless, I'll be going on twice tomorrow. So I'll go on. I'll go buy my burger. I'm going to come home. That'll be 3 times. I'll come home. I'll do my music production stream. And then I'll come take a little break. And I'll come on here. And I'll probably just play you my video from Steak and Shake. So look forward to that. Thank you again for joining me here. A couple of things that you should do. Number 5. I forgot what number 5 was. I have to go back and look. Can't remember. Do you remember what number 5 was? 5 came first. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, number 1. Be nice to yourself. The person in the mirror. That's the only person who matters. Be nice to other people. That's okay too. Be nice to all earthlings. Be respectful of all earthlings, big and small. I had a person walk in, one of the parents tonight, walked in backstage and I was escorting them back. But as they walked up, they said, hello, fellow earthling. And I was like, that's crazy. And I told them about what I just say on my little sign off. I was like, yeah, fellow earthlings, we got to look out for each other. That was really cool. So I'm not the only one thinking this way. So be respectful of all the earthlings. Number 4, stay hydrated. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to remind myself of that my body is a temple. My body is mostly water. We are bags of mostly water and a few other minerals. You got to get your daily dose. Drink up. I don't remember what number 5 is. I have to go back and look because there was a number 5. And I was like, let me start with that one. Run a Bitcoin node. I don't know. That's something you could do. It's easy. If you want to help out this channel for the YouTube algorithm and to spread the word and the awareness of what we are trying to achieve here. Number 1, hit that like button. Hit it. Number 3, smash the subscribe button. Smash. Did I just say number 3? Really? Actually, number 3, poke the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I put out new content. And number 4, and most important, share this video with your friends, your family, that weird uncle who lives down the street who doesn't know anything about Bitcoin. Share it with him. Start with the shorts. Have yourself a merry, no, I'm just kidding. Have a great night.